Hi everybody, Scott Hards here, and if you're any kind of a fan of aircraft models, you must have heard by now that Tamiya has a brand new 1/32nd P-51D Mustang kit coming out. And it's going to be out in a little bit, but we have managed to snare an advance copy of this kit. Tamiya themselves was kind enough to put a few on sale, autographed by Mr. Tamiya himself, in their own shop, and we managed to get a special advance copy of this. And we want to show you what we found here. This is amazing. First of all, I mean, if you've seen their Spitfire, you might be used to seeing a 32nd scale kit with this many parts. But this is just, it's incredible just how much stuff is in here. I'll start with the documentation. Of course, we have a book on how to build it. We've got painting scheme in full color. We've got a little informational pamphlet about the P-51 itself and its development in both English and Japanese. And of course, decals and masking thingies, so when you're painting you can keep the paint where it's supposed to be. Now let's get into the meat. They've broken this thing down into so many different buildable variations that the fuselage part here doesn't even look like a fuselage part. It has no tail section on it, and the whole nose area is all kind of skeletonized, so it almost doesn't look like the plane's fuselage, but here you go. And we have one of the tail parts here, and then let's take a look here and see if we can find, yeah, here's a different version of the tail here, because you can build it with the fillet or without the fillet in front of that. As you can see here, all of the control surfaces, the ailerons, the flaps, the rudder, the elevator, everything is all broken out separately and isn't just positionable after assembly, it's actually movable after assembly. So we keep going here. Of course, these are the wings. You can see that they've got the cutouts for the guns and the ammunition, and it comes with the parts for that. So if you wanted to make the kit in a rearming scene or an inspection scene, you've got all the gun detail in the wings that you can show off. Yeah, check out the incredible rivet detail on the wings here. I mean, if your paint's too thick, you're going to completely obscure this when you paint it, but it's just unbelievably fine rivet panel detail here all around the underside of the wing here. We're seeing the ejection ports for the machine guns there. Just beautiful work in here. This is the kind of thing that makes Tamiya as famous as they are. And then there's just whole bunches of little bits and parts here. This looks like we've got an elevator in here, wheel parts, bomb racks, machine guns, just runner after runner after runner of fun. We've got standing and seated pilot figures. We've got, let's see here. Here we've got the instrument panel, of course, which has got holes so you can do realistic looking instrument glass, two different versions of that. There are so many different options and variations in this kit. You wonder, is Tamiya going to be able to do any variations of this release? They assure me the answer is yes. So it'll be interesting to see what they do decide to do. More bits here. This looks like an engine supercharger. Some engine parts here. Probably common on this runner to the Spitfire kit, of course. Display stand. Not particularly exciting in itself, but this kit, like the Spitfire, like the 0 and 32nd, you can put the gear up and down after you've completed assembly. And it lets you display it either in flight mode or landed mode, depending on your mood of the moment. I love that. More stuff, seats and fuel and engine stuff, and I don't know, this looks like the removable landing gear bits here. And of course we got some drop tanks and stuff. And now, got a big pile of parts. This part of the box is empty, but wait, there's more. We've got the special ultra-thin removable canopy, cowling parts, which are held on by magnets, as they were in the Spitfire as well. And then we have a whole little box here that's all protected all by itself in here, which contains, that's right, not one, not two, but 3 different versions of the canopy for the aircraft, depending on what kind of you want to build. We've got all these little hinge pins for the various moving control surfaces. Of course, we've got tires. We've got photo etched for what? Looks like for racks and stuff, for bomb bits. We have a few screws to put some of the sub-assemblies on. And then we've got clear parts for the rest of the canopy, the instrument panels, landing lights, and all those other goodies. Wow, that's a big pile of parts there. This is going to be, I think, for decades to come, the definitive kit of the P-51. There's no mistaking that. So, the only question is, have you ordered yours, and when are you going to get started?